The build battle is starting now. We will be evaluated by the jury and told what tasks we will have to complete.
Mikey and JJ, listen carefully. Now we are giving you the first task, and it will not be quite easy because you need to build a car. We've written the title, and you can get started.
Oh!
I will definitely be able to beat you in this build battle, and I will not leave a single chance. Trust me, now you will regret very much that you decided to compete with me. Let's go build!
We will be separated by a huge wall, which will not allow us to see exactly what kind of building we will do. But Mikey doesn't know yet that I'm going to cheat on him. My main goal for today is to make a poor building and pretend to be a bad builder, but then immediately surprise using a special team so that the building becomes cool. Let's get started. Now, I definitely need to choose all the necessary materials and resources because it will not be so easy to build a car. To begin with, I'll put the wheels on and immediately throw as much ground on them as possible. From the outside, the car will look just disgusting and no one will want to drive it. Oh, I'm building in ground machine. Mikey doesn't suspect anything yet, and I'm sure he'll be very disappointed soon. The most important thing for me is to build a frame and make the car look as simple and ugly as possible from the outside. I think I'm doing pretty well. And I seem to be doing pretty well because now I've already done most of the car and I'm not going to stop there. But that's not all, because I didn't just prepare the web that is in my hands. It is necessary to scatter it so that everything looks even worse. I'm incredibly glad that Mikey doesn't know anything and doesn't even suspect that I actually have a special team to improve. Therefore, the more moss I throw, the better. If the car looks like a wreck from the outside, then it's even more fun. Surely Mikey won't guess what lies ahead. He'll be very upset when he finds out. It's time to see how he's doing. I'll look over the wall. I'm sure it's already working well. The most important thing is that I'm making the worst car that Mikey thinks he's won. But in fact, it is not so. It's time to find out what he managed to do.
I'm building the coolest car! No one will stop me and I will definitely achieve the best result. Therefore, now in no case should you be distracted. I hope JJ doesn't see the car I'm making because it will be an unexpected surprise for him.
Huh? Mikey doesn't even know that I'm looking at everything carefully right now, and he's really trying to build a very good car. To be honest, I'm a little surprised, but it doesn't upset me much because I'll arrange the best pranks on him.
Yep! We need to finish it quickly because soon the jury will evaluate our work. I would not like to lose now, and I am doing everything possible for my victory. Well, I think it's time to go and see our results now.
Mikey, just look at the car I've built right now. I think you'll be interested. Fly up here. Stop doing construction. You have to take a look at what I've just done.
Good. Let me take a look. It's very funny. I'm sure you're going to lose because your car is disgusting. Victory is now in my hands.
Oh!
I will change a bad car with a special command. I think it will be very fun and cool. I am confident in my result. Now, it's time to ask the jury who did it better. Please, could you come to my car now? I think you will be very surprised. I spent a lot of effort and energy to make it. Please rate it.
To be honest, you surprised us. I'm looking at this beautiful car right now and it's completely made of diamonds. Well done, we'll run on to evaluate the jerseys.
Well, it remains to wait only for the final result. And soon, we will find out who has a faster and better car. The race is about to start and I have to win, so in no case should I make mistakes. Mikey's car is now trying to get ahead, but it's not working.
I can't believe my eyes! How is your diamond sports car able to get ahead now? I am very upset and would never have thought that I would lose this race because I was building the best car. And now, let's find out from jury what we need to build in the next one. I'm very interested. They're writing an inscription.
Oh!
We have to build a house.
Cool! This time, Mikey, I'm much more confident I can beat you, and you'll definitely be upset. Now let's start building a house. It is necessary to make it as bad and only after using a special command to improve it. This will surprise and amaze Mikey, I'm sure. It seems to be working out well because I have completely prepared the entire place and now the necessary resources need to be put in order. The house will be made of the same material as the car. It will fall apart from the outside and no one will want to live in it, but this is just a hoax. Mikey will try very hard to beat me this time, but I won't allow it to be done. So now I'm starting to build from the foundation of the house. I use earth material and wood. No one in our village lives in such houses because they are very bad and look disgusting from the outside. The most important thing is to make the walls and the second floor as soon as possible now. And after that, start building the roof and forget about it as soon as possible. Because I don't even want to spend a lot of time and effort right now to build this house. I think it will be enough to make an ordinary and unremarkable one. I'm going to build a very bad house. I want to quickly show it at the beginning of the Mikey and then abruptly change it with the help of a special command. This time, the judges will evaluate it much tougher because the victory depends on our construction, and in each round, it is necessary to collect points. Every time I wonder why we have to work so hard now, but this does not stop me in any way. There is a very difficult path ahead of us. There will be many more rounds, and only there we will find out together with Mikey who is the best builder. I think he has no chance of winning. I'm looking outside at what I'm building now, and my eyes are starting to hurt because the house is really very bad. It looks incredibly strange, and it feels like it was built somewhere in the forest, very far from the village. Mikey will be much more surprised this time because it's not a car, and the house looks much worse. Oh, I continue to equip it further. I think you can spoil it from different sides, and I will definitely take advantage of it. The best option is if I scatter a tree in the walls, and this house will become even more awkward. It is also necessary to get moss, so that even more questions and indignation arise from Mikey. I'm trying to ruin the house even more. I think this is the best option, and no one will stop me for sure. I am so glad that in such a short period of time, I managed to build a disgusting house, and it really looks like this. But it still needs to be adjusted, because Mikey will build it much longer than the car. I'm already finishing with the roof construction, and it's really very cool. I did not expect that in such a short period of time, I would make a terrible house that would be impossible to look at. Well, the moment has come now to scatter as many cobwebs as possible. I think that's enough. You can finish and not work anymore. Soon, we will be evaluated by the judges, and the house turned out to be far from the best. But this only makes me laugh. I'm almost finishing building my cabin. I'll put the truss in, and then I'll need to put something inside. Oh, we need to make him as ugly and unattractive as possible so that Mikey believes that he will win. Now, I will start to arrange inside the house. Now, I will put small mats on the ground. They will serve as a bed. That is, I will do everything according to the pour. Then, I will put one workbench and 2 chests. That will be enough. Well, this is such a scary little house. I turned out, Mike still has no idea what will actually happen. But now, I'll send it off and take a look at how things are going for him.
Yep! Look at what a beautiful house I turned out to be. I'm sure that yours is much worse and the victory will be mine.
Well, of course we'll see about that. But in principle, yes, your house looks beautiful and even very neat. I like it.
Let's go see your house! Such a terrible, scary house you have.
Woohoo!
Yes, compared to my house, it will look much worse. Now you will definitely lose and the victory will be mine. In general, I am surprised that you built such a terrible house.
Woohoo!
But he doesn't even imagine how my house is going to change now. Thanks to one team, it will help me win. So I imagine his upset face when he finds out about it. Although, most likely, he will be more surprised. How I will get a very beautiful, attractive house out of this house. Here is such a huge, beautiful diamond house I got. It remains only to correct it a little, namely inside. The first thing to do in this house is to build a staircase to the second floor, because as we see it is not here, I made it from a step and also decorated a little so that it is more beautiful, and then probably arrange the furniture because there is not enough of it, and somehow it is even empty. I will also make empty spaces with diamonds, namely blocks, so that everything is in color and looks very good. Stairs are a bit heavy because everything needs to be roughly understood how to make it look beautiful and not so ugly. Huh? Well, the stairs are almost over. I repeat, what else do you need to come up with furniture? But here it's pretty simple to put a large sofa in front of a large window, and then you need to figure out where to put the TV and also put an armchair in front of it. The interior of the house is changing for the better. Oh, the chair fits here and looks very cool. Now I'm going to go see where to put the TV, and the same chair goes with it. Huh? I thought so, and decided that this is the most optimal place for a sofa and a TV just at the entrance, and is not very conspicuous. And now I'll quickly arrange the elements of the kitchen, namely the refrigerator, countertops, stove, and everything like that, and then the carpet is also in style. And I think the house is ready, and it's time to evaluate it. Huh? Now the house is definitely ready, and now I'm waiting for the residents and listening to their assessment.
I can't understand my stomach. Recently watched this house. It was made of earth as ugly as possible when you managed to build this big, beautiful, and all of diamonds. Well, how can this not be?
Oh, admit that you don't know how to build. And now we are listening to the judge's assessment.
We will judge on a 10-point scale after consulting with each other. This house looks very beautiful, and the interior is placed quite correctly, and we give this house 10 points out of 10.
Thanks. Like I said, and now we're watching Mikey's house.
Oh! It is already clear and understandable that my house is not very good compared to yours at all, and I will lose again, but I believe that I would win.
This house also looks good in principle, but if you compare it with that house, it's not very good, and we give it 5 points out of 10. So JJ wins. Send us tell you what you will build next.
Mikey, don't worry too much. We still have a building ahead of us, and you can win there.
Well, let's go and see what we're going to build next.
So don't worry too much next time. I hope you can beat me. I guess now we need to build a farm.
Yep.
Yes, I also realized that we need to build a farm, but I wonder which one. Of course I have the second option now. I definitely have to beat you.
Huh? Well, of course we'll see at the end, but I think it's time for us to start building it, and in the end, we'll see who did it and how it turned out. Now, I will work according to the same scheme as it was from the house. I will build the most ugly abandoned farm, such that when you look at it, you will not think that it is a farm. Huh? One abandoned farm will resemble a wheat farm, and the second will be a cane farm. But I repeat, this should be done so that they look as ugly as possible. Well, it seems that I have collected all the necessary components and blocks for the construction of the farm. It's time to start the first one. I make a wheat farm, also pour it into the water next to it, and put dry, withered plants so that they look more like an abandoned farm. And then I build a cane farm next to it. So I completed the wheat farm. Huh? It looks quite abandoned and ugly. Now, I'm starting to build a Presniak farm. It also needs to be made ugly and abandoned so that Mikey believes in his victory again. But in fact, he will be very upset later. Oh! I also pour water, but so that it seems that it will soon evaporate here, I also use spider webs to create a kind of abandonment. In general, I think that my farm looks just plain ugly. And most of all, I'm waiting for a reaction in Mikey, who will be surprised again that because of my bad farm, it turned out very beautiful, and I won as usual. These are the two abandoned farms I have turned out to be. Now it's time to go see what Mikey has there. Huh?
Yep.
This is the kind of wheat farm I got. I think it's very beautiful and better than yours.
Woohoo!
What a scary and abandoned farm you have. It's not even a farm. You're definitely going to lose now. Yes, but this time you definitely have to play, because you can't even call it a farm, some ugly empty place.
Oh, Mikey, you're getting excited early. With the help of my favorite team, I have 2 such automatic farms that harvest their own crops. But it is an automatic reed farm. After the reed grows to a certain height, special mechanisms cut it down, and then it falls through a funnel through which it is collected into a single chest. And I really do not need to follow. Huh? But we can notice that the chest is falling down, and I'm quietly harvesting the whole crop. And now I will show you my automatic wheat farm. And in principle, it is not only for wheat. After the harvest grows, I will do this now with the help of bone meal. I press a special lever that drains all the water, and at the same time, it washes away the entire crop that has grown. Then it washes it all into a funnel, which then transfers it all to the chest. And you can also plant it all back and wait for the next harvest to be expressed, and then wash it off. Oh, that's how my 2 automatic farms work. And now we are waiting for the evaluation of these farms.
Where are those scary farms? When did you manage to build these automatic farmers? I was just watching 2 minutes ago and you had 2 terrible abandoned ones here.
Your farm is just wonderful. We like it. We give you 10 points out of 10.
Oh, thank you very much. And I tried very hard during the construction.
I'll break everything for you here. You built dishonestly?
Uh-oh.
What do you allow yourself? The most important rule is that it is forbidden to break other people's buildings. Because of this, you will be punished, and I am putting you in a cage. You will know how to break the rules.
Huh? Yes, Mikey. I didn't expect this from you. I could just tell you. Why it was necessary to break down my house that I built, now I have to rebuild it.
You built dishonestly. That's why I did it.
I'm JJ, and today with Mikey, we had a building battle in which I won. My buildings turned out to be better. That's how our wonderful adventure went.